All right, everybody. I don't know what that is. All right, everybody. Welcome, welcome. You are on the Big Joel community call. It's a little bit after 2 p.m. East Coast time. It's 11 a.m. on the West Coast. I see some West Coast people on here. And Mountain 12 and middle of the country 1 p.m. Welcome, everyone. This is the last Big Joel community call for 2024. Just a little bit of housekeeping. If this is your first call, all of these calls are turned into audio podcasts where you can then go grab them, get them wherever you consume your podcasts. They're put on every platform. You just look for the Big Joel Show. I want to welcome everyone that's watching live on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. So welcome all of you as well, and welcome those of you extremely special people that are logging in to the Zoom. Welcome, welcome everybody. So we made it through 2024. I think we talked about we made it through 2023. Now we made it through 2024. So if you're standing now and you're on this call or you're watching this call live, congratulations. Only good things to come. And I think most of you all would agree. It's only going to get better. This year, we witnessed a lot. We even saw a baby, tiny, little minuscule refi thing. I don't even know how long it lasted, that thing. Maybe it was 10 days. I'm not even sure how long it lasted, but it certainly wasn't that long. Some of you all actually locked in a couple of refis and did some of those loans. If you're looking at projections for next year, the projections are rates to stay where they are or drift lower, but really no lower than what they're calling the low sixes. That is what I'm reading right now. Again, there's been a lot written on this, but there was a consumer study that basically said if the rates dropped 0.5%, so let's say they're 6 7/8 or 6 3/4 today or something like that, and they dropped to 6 1/4, over 5 million people would come off their couches right away and want to list their current home or buy a new home. So I think everything for us is looking up next year and certainly into 2026. A lot of loan officers have complained about fatigue and how hard it is. And I'll quote my good friend. She's not on here right now, or if she is, she's incognito. Kristen Ambos from the great state of Wisconsin, who works for Point Mortgage, and she said, "Joel, I'd rather do a pre-qual at 10 o'clock at night than my phone not ring at all." Meaning, she basically made a very good comment that said, "Joel, who's bitching about being busy? I'd rather be busy than not busy, because lots of loan officers are complaining they have nothing to do. I have plenty to do. So the last thing I'm going to do is complain about being busy." I'm sure, one of the big themes for this year that you guys are all feeling, those of you that are newer to the business, you feel like you're working probably way harder than you've ever worked before, or the deals are tougher. And I don't know if the deals are necessarily tougher. I think your agent partners are not giving up. They're digging in and they're finding business. And you should be very grateful and gracious that they're calling you with those referrals. So if you have tough deals, so be it. Work it out. Work as hard as you need to work, whether there's 10 borrowers or 2 borrowers or bad credit or good credit or money flying all over the place. Be glad you have the referral and get it worked out, and don't complain. And those loan officers that are complaining are going to complain their way right out of the business. You all have heard me talking about this for probably half the year now. I've never heard more agents, I know there are agents on here right now, say to me as I travel around the country, "Joel, I'm done with this crap of working with a loan officer because his kid goes to my school, or he's my next door neighbor, or we go to the same place of worship. I'm done. I only want professional loan officers that know what they're doing and that can close loans on time, make me look good, and make my people happy. Period. End of discussion." I've never heard that in my whole career, my long career, but I did get in the business when I was 8, so I'm still young. But my long career, I've never heard that more in the last 6 months than ever. literally from really good agents, basically saying, that's it, flight to quality, I'm done. So I'm thinking most of you all alive and standing right now are doing a pretty good job, and you must know what you're doing, and you must know how to get it done correctly. So I'm looking forward to next year. Now, getting ready for next year, as we go into what I call the crazy season. And the reason this season is crazy is because Thanksgiving is basically at the end of the month. And Christmas is on a Wednesday. And those of you that have been around for a while, you know what that means. When Christmas is on a Wednesday, that means basically everyone disappears for 2 weeks. So today's the 9th. I think the Friday before Christmas is the 20th. You got about 11 days to do the two-step boogie as hard as you possibly can to make sure your January looks good. Now, let me be very, very, very clear about this. My January always sucks routine is a bunch of crap. There's no reason for it. You're just getting in your own head, and you should not allow that to happen. You should come out of the gate strong, really strong in January and February. And that means you got to dig in right now. Your great agent partners are completely dug in. They are still working right now. They're not giving up. I talk to them all the time. As you all know, I'm a blessed individual. I coach and mentor some of the best loan officers in the country and some of the best real estate agents in the country. And they are dug in and not giving up at all. They're not wrapping presents at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. They're doing it at 11 o'clock at night because they are busy and still staying busy. Again, there is no reason for you to have a crappy January. No reason. If you want to write down one thing from this call, say, I will kick ass in January, period, end of discussion. My January closings, my January originations, my January sales, if you're an agent, will be awesome. There is no reason for it not to be. Stop all the complaining. The complaining is in your own head. Get over it. Get out there. And to quote some of you, I got Andrew Harkins on here right now. He's got his camera on, so I'll quote him on this. Joel, I just got to find more people. I just got to meet more people because I'm not going to let my production drop because certain people aren't busy. I'm just going to meet more people, okay? Which is what everyone should be doing, all right? STP, see the people. Again, you all have heard this. This is probably one of your favorite Joelisms. Stand up, turn around, look at your chair. If it looks like an imprint of your ass, you're doing this wrong. You should not be sitting in your chair all day. You should be out deepening existing relationships and developing new ones. And I will tell you, please write this down at the end of every day. You should ask yourself this whenever your day ends. What have I done today to deepen an existing referral relationship or develop a new one? Period. End of discussion. What have I done today to deepen an existing relationship or develop a new one? If the answer is 0, you failed. I don't care if you did 3 pre-quals for the day. Don't care. Too bad. So sad. Don't care. You need to be constantly working on getting referrals from your referral partners. That is your job. Your job is not to do loans. Your job is to get referrals. Doing the loans should be the easy part. I know in this market, a lot of you all are going to say, Joel, that's the super hard part. Okay. But the best loan officers are not complaining about that. They know they're just working a little harder. Okay. And they're pushing through. So get out of your own head. Stop complaining. Don't be calling a whambulance as in wah. Okay, because the deals are too hard or you're getting too many calls or you got to do the same pre-qual 17 times with the same borrower. Again, be glad that you're getting that call and dig in. I think loan officers are still going to be dropping like flies for the next couple of months. I know that agents are as well. That is good for every single one of you on this call. Millions and millions of millennials want to buy houses. They've stated it. They definitely want to buy houses. They're in a 2-bedroom. They need a 3-bedroom. They're renting and they need to buy a house. Okay. The market is ours to take for agents and for loan officers. There's no reason to be complaining and sitting on your hands. Dig in and make it happen. I know you can. Now, a couple of things to get ready for next year. You're going to really, 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 really need to make sure you're submitting clean files into the back of the house. A trend that has been happening for the last 18 months is speed. Okay, now you all are in certain markets where you can only close so many loans so fast. Okay, depending on the kind of market you're in, meaning if you're in New York, there are just things that prohibit you from closing a loan fast many, many, many times. Okay, but if you're not, you should be prepared to close loans in 10 days, which means your pre-quals need to be clean. Everything needs to be in them. Okay, if you're submitting them to underwriting, if you're one of those companies and you can have underwriters pre-approve, fine. There should be no conditions on there. None. Zero. Okay, if you have conditions, you're doing it wrong. Your underwriter is not your boss that should be telling you what you need for the file. You should be telling the underwriter what you need for the file. Okay, if you're submitting crap, you need to stop it because you're going to get your butt kicked by a loan officer that knows what they're doing, that can close loans in 10 days with no heartburn for their agent partners. Okay, so take a look at what you're doing up front, how you're submitting files, what's going on there. Take a look. Look at it really hard. Say, what can I do better? Look at your last approvals. Look at the conditions on your last approvals. What can I do better? Look at that hard, 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 hard. Okay? Literally, I don't see this industry hiring a bunch of people just because you all get a little busy. Underwriters, closers, processors, the back of the house, they are going to get overworked. If they're not overworked now, they're going to really get overworked until all of the big companies, the little companies, everyone can see, okay, we're on the way back. Let's add some bodies. Everyone hates riffing people. Everyone hates letting people go. And the only reason you got to let people go is if you hire too many people. I would say most companies right now are slimmed right down to where they need to be. Okay, so which means you need to control your own destiny. When loan officers complain to me, when they're crying about this, about that, oh, my interest rates are too high. Oh, my underwriting sucks. Oh, it takes forever to do this. Oh, I always say, okay, what can you do right at your level to control your stuff? Because we can't control that other stuff. That's like a massive ocean liner. You're driving around in a little motorboat. What can we control on our end to make all of that better? And I can always find 3 to 5 things every time, to the sheer frustration, usually of the loan officer I'm talking to that just wanted to bitch. Okay, I can find things very quickly that they can clean up on their own to make it easier, faster, better to get loans done, whether they work at the biggest company in the world or a tiny broker shop. It really doesn't matter. We're all dealing with the same stuff. Okay? Now, what's very important, again, we've been talking about this, is that you are a beacon of light. You are a beacon of fun. You are a beacon of positivity in the market with your partners. Okay? You should not be spewing any negative crap anywhere. You should not be part of any negative crap anywhere. If any of your partners are down in the dumps, take them out and sit down with them, talk to them, be a therapist if you need to. Get people pumped up. Do not be part of the problem of the complaining and the bitching, okay, which plenty of loan officers do. Whether you're bitching about your company, you're bitching about the business, you're bitching about how hard it is. I just told a room of agents last week, you know, that one of the funniest things I ever hear is when an agent says, oh, it's so hard. And I look at them and I go, you guys, this isn't hard. This is normal. If you're comparing this to in the middle of COVID, when you could stand on a corner with a sign that says, I sell houses and I can get you a 3% mortgage rate, well, that wasn't hard. That was simple. That was easy. This is normal. This is why we get paid the way we get paid. Okay, so make sure whatever messaging you're giving your partners in the market is right on. Okay, make sure it's right on. I'm sure a bunch of y'all are going to parties right now and doing all kinds of things. You should be Mr., Mrs., or Ms. Positive. Period. End of discussion. You should be extremely positive all the time. Everyone here has had a big year, a tough year. Okay. There's a bunch of people on the call right now that have done more business this year than last year, which is amazing. Okay. Bunch of you haven't. That's okay. But you feel like you've been put in a meat grinder. That's okay. Take care of yourself. How is your physical, well-being? How's your mental well-being? Take care of yourself. This is the time of the year to make sure you're taking care of yourself, and you're going to take care of yourself right into next year. Are you exercising? When you get upset, what are you doing about it? Okay. Literally think about this kind of stuff. You have to take care of yourself if you're going to produce at a high level. I'm assuming that everyone that's on this call is on this call because you want to do more loans, or you're on the way to doing more loans. Well, it's hard to do more loans if you can't get out of bed in the morning, or if you're just stressed out all day, or if you're snapping at borrowers, snapping at your significant other, snapping at underwriters, snapping at processors, because you're stressed because everything is so hard. Get over it. Literally. No pity parties. It's time to rock and roll. I'm proud of every person on this call and every person watching this call live right now, because you all have stepped up. You're continuing your craft, okay? And you're pushing forward hard. The other big thing I want to talk about before I wrap this up is knowing your craft. Remember I talked about earlier about agents fleeing to excellence? If you don't know what you're doing, I won't be seeing you on this call for too much longer. Okay. You can't screw loans up anymore and get away with it. Why you ever could, I don't even know. Okay. But if you don't know what you're doing, you need to find someone in your organization that knows and ask them. Learn, know your craft. This does not mean sit in all regs for 4 hours, put the question in the wrong way and get the wrong answer anyway. This means actually find someone that you know in your organization that actually knows what they're doing, whether they know how to put loans together, whatever it is that you could sit down and talk to, as your manager or a loan officer doing a lot of business that you could take out to lunch and learn, understand. The best loan officers will kick your ass fast and have a quarter higher in rate when the conversation starts, only because they know what they're doing way more than you do. Okay? You need to know your craft and know it really, really well. You have plenty of time right now to dig in and really start the process of making sure you're learning and you know what you're doing. By the way, if you've had a loan denied before, okay, recently, and it wasn't denied for fraud, you need to take a strong look at whether you know what you're doing or not, because you shouldn't be getting any loans denied unless somebody finds fraud in it and it has nothing to do with you. Okay? No one should be denying your loan. You should know it's getting approved when you send it in. All right? And that means you know what you're doing. Okay? And those of you great loan officers on here right now know exactly what I'm talking about. And those of you that are on here that have had a loan denied, please think about what I'm talking about. There's really no reason. Could you talk to an underwriter up front before you submit a loan and say, hey, can we do this? And they say, no, that's fine. That's not a denied loan. A denied loan is when you send a loan in with a contract with a close date and it gets denied. And the underwriter doesn't, uncover fraud or something in there that you have no control over. Okay. Getting a loan denied on income, credit, assets, whatever, unacceptable. Okay. You should know that up front. All right. So everybody be super positive about next year. Be super pumped. Make sure you're recharging your batteries. I think next year is going to be a great year. I think 2026 is going to be an insanely massive year. You all are going to be very busy. There are a lot of loan officers out of the business right now. There's extra loans coming to you. You guys can wave at me with your cameras on if you're getting phone calls right now, weird phone calls from new potential agent partners that you don't know that are calling you and saying, hey, how you doing? I'm so-and-so. I have someone I need you to call, and you're thinking, who are you, or have I ever met you? Okay, I can tell you that all my one-on-one people are getting these calls daily, weekly, all the time, as loan officers screw up, fall out, and get out of the business. Okay, so everyone, if you're on this call, be super pumped. You're on it. You're literally 3/4 of the way home. It's only getting better from here. There's lots of things that are going to be going on geopolitically. all over the place that will make Americans just feel better and be happier. And when they are, they like to buy stuff. And a lot of people really want to buy houses right now, big time. Okay, big time. They're watching all their friends with tons of equity in their homes, and they know what's going on. Okay, they know what's up, and they want to be part of that party. All right, and we want to help them get there. So this is going to be the last call for the year, and I'm going to have another call right at the beginning of 2025. But I want to wish everyone a very happy, healthy holiday season. Nobody get too inebriated at a holiday party. Always a bad look. Control yourself there. Go to soda water quickly with a lime if you need to. Make sure you don't create that scenario, as it's the 9th, and I'm sure some of you all are going to parties tonight. You probably have parties every day right now. So thank you so much for another awesome year together. I started this right when COVID started, March 20-something in 2020. It's going to be 5 years, if you can believe that. So you all are still here and standing. I see some of the same faces and still kicking ass, and your business is going up, which is awesome. So everyone have a happy, healthy holiday season, and I'll talk to you all in January. See you all later. Bye-bye.